Okay, now it's fine. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Crack Grade B. मेरा नाम है ऋषभ. And let's begin today's class for Economics and Finance Issues and Analysis. Sorry for the audio issue. Okay. Good morning, Isha. Good morning, Nivedita. Good morning, Abhi. Let's start the class. Okay. So, news number one, PLI for electronics to achieve 8.12 trillion rupees production target in 5 years. So, this is the target for next 5 years. Next 5 क्या 2022 से है तो 27. ठीक है. This is the target. So the government has informed the parliament that production incentive scheme for large scale electronic manufacturing is expected to achieve production target of 8.12 trillion in the next 5 years. Good morning, Professor. Earlier we have read about that maximum production in the electronics PLI is due to mobile manufacturing. Okay, more than 40% mobile manufacturing card. So let's see the report card given by the government in the parliament. ठीक है. So investment, production, exports, and direct job creation. Now, except exports and direct job creation, the other things, investment and production has shown more increase than expected. ठीक है, more increase than expected. So let's see, 5-year target was 7,000 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट. टोटल इन्वेस्टमेंट 7,000 करोड़ का है जो सरकार दिमाग में लेके चल रही है. ठीक है. Now 23 cumulative target means continuous target, पिछले साल और इस साल का मिला के additive target from last year to this year. Good morning कविता. वो था expect हमारा 3,700 करोड़ का means half. Okay, but the actual numbers, the actual target is achieved is 5,124 crores. Means maximum investment already हो चुकी है under PLI for electronics. So these 7,000 crore number is likely to be surpassed. क्योंकि 5,000 करोड़ हो चुका है, 3.5 करना था, टोटल 7,000 करोड़ का एक्सपेक्टेड इन्वेस्टमेंट था टारगेट का. सो या इट इज लाइकली टू बी सरपास्ड. नाउ प्रोडक्शन. तो प्रोडक्शन वाज 8,12,550 करोड़, 8.12 ट्रिलियन रुपीज. ये प्रोडक्शन का हमारा टारगेट है फॉर द 5-year पीरियड. ओके. नाउ द क्यूमुलेटिव टारगेट वाज 2,63,000 करोड़. 2 साल में इतना कर लेना था. But what we did actually was 2,40,000 crore. So investment we have increased, production we are trying to increase, but government is confident that we will achieve the 8.12 trillion rupees production capacity. Now, since production was not high mostly due to external factors, क्योंकि production cost बहुत ज़्यादा है अभी भी इंडिया में. So exports did not grow also. 1.5 lakh करोड़ का टारगेट था. We achieved around 1 lakh crore. Okay, so export did not grow as much as the government wanted, but yes, the numbers reported are fine for financial year 23. Direct jobs creation, we are very far behind. Almost half of the job has been created in PLI. Total 2 lakh job का target है direct and indirect. Well, around 93,000 as we can see from the chart was the cumulative target for 23. मतलब मार्च में जो फाइनेंशियल ईयर खत्म हुआ है उसके लिए. But again we were unable to achieve the jobs target. So jobs और production अभी हमें, और jobs तो खैर बहुत बढ़ानी है. We are around 40% behind the target, and for production we are around almost matching, but still something 30,000 crore behind the target. Okay, so we have read about it earlier also. Electronics में सबसे ज्यादा पैसा किस में जा रहा है, सबसे ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन किस में हो रही है? In mobile manufacturing, even exports for mobile manufacturing. Okay. Now, this PLI scheme in 2 phases. Center has approved 32 applicants under PLI scheme for large scale manufacturing till December 2022. ठीक है. 10 for mobile phones, 6 for electronics component and manufacturing. ये फर्स्ट राउंड में था. इसका एक सेकेंड राउंड भी आया PLI स्कीम का, जिसमें 16 कंपनीज और ऐड हुई. तो 16 + 16 total 32 companies are there currently working for PLI scheme on large scale electronic manufacturing, जिसमें से 10 मोबाइल फोन्स की कंपनी है. ओके, सो फर्स्ट फेज में आपको थोड़े ज्यादा इंसेंटिव मिल रहे थे, 4 to 6% ऑन हाउ मच यू इंक्रीज योर प्रोडक्शन. ठीक है, PLI scheme is on how much you increase your production. So PLI scheme for large scale electronics for eligible firm it was 4 to 6% for incremental sales of good. मतलब हर साल आपको ऐड करना होगा goods, then you will get 4 to 6% of your incremented जो sales होगी उस पे some incentive. Okay. Now second round of this PLI scheme that was launched in March 2021, incentive of 3 to 5% on incremental sales. तो पहले फेज में 4 to 6% क्योंकि पायलट फेज था तो ज्यादा कंपनीज को अट्रैक्ट करना था तो थोड़ा ज्यादा इंसेंटिव 4 to 6%. सेकेंड फेज में इंसेंटिव थोड़ा कम 3 to 5% फॉर ईच इंक्रीमेंटल सेल. वॉट एवर टारगेट हैज बीन गिवन टू यू उससे ज्यादा करोगे then you will get the incentive on incremental sale. तो ये है PLI scheme and 8.12 trillion is the 5-year target and we have achieved. We are going good on investment, but we have to see how our job growth and production growth goes on. Okay, and the maximum obviously is for mobile manufacturing. Okay, now FAME 2 subsidy for electric vehicle. A big area of concern for government क्योंकि ये स्कीम खत्म होने वाली है 2024 में. This scheme is going to end in 2024, but still we have only used 52% of the target. अब FAME 2 है क्या? Okay, it is for faster adoption of new age vehicles. ठीक है. So hybrid vehicles, electric vehicles इसको adopt करना है. The target for e-buses, you can see here the target for e-buses only we have achieved 100%, and two-wheelers around 72%. Rest we are very far behind, mostly because क्योंकि एक parliamentary panel बैठा था इसके ऊपर बात करने के लिए. They have said that cost of production is high because 40 to 50% of the cost of this vehicle goes only to batteries. The batteries we don't manufacture in India. We have to import those batteries. अगर हम manufacture नहीं कर रहे, import कर रहे हैं, import cost लगती है. Lithium ion batteries are also not very cheap. ठीक है, तो 50% production cost तो बैटरी का चला जाता है. So the panel said that please increase the tenure of this FAME 2 scheme by at least 2 years. 10,000 करोड़ रुपए दी है गवर्नमेंट for FAME 2 scheme up to 2024 for a 5-year period दी थी 10,000 करोड़. But the panel has said that please increase the tenure to at least by 2 years. Because you can see here that both 3-wheeler and 4-wheeler, 3-wheeler means the public transport that people use, like autos, ठीक है, and delivery autos, or they are also using it, e-rickshaws. ये सब का भी only 15% we have achieved what was the target with the FAME 2 scheme. Okay. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Heavy Industry is concerned that phase 2 of FAME scheme to subsidize electric vehicles has achieved only 52% of the target, supporting 15.62 lakh vehicles. Okay, and the FAME scheme by Ministry of Heavy Industry is for 5 years and there is only about 1 year left, means 2024 is the ending year. But they will not be able to 50% किए हैं 50% और एक साल में नहीं हो पाएगा. That's what is the concern of the parliamentary committee. Okay, now what this committee has said to extend the FAME 2 subsidy that is going to end in 2024. Extend it. At least 2 साल के लिए extend कर दो. They have said. What are the issues? That India is massively dependent on oil imports, IC imports, vehicles that produce air pollution and greenhouse effect. But for EV also they have said that we are mostly dependent on imports for battery cells. हम लोग battery cells manufacture नहीं करते हैं. Advanced chemistry cell batteries, PLI is there to improve production. उसके लिए भी 2 साल का तो 2-year period is only for probation, gestation period है वो कि आप setup करिए अपनी manufacturing. Okay. So removal of government support would result in price escalation of EVs significantly. Okay. The committee found that a large number of startups are also involved and they may have to shut down once FAME 2 is withdrawn. Startups like Simple One or Ultraviolet or Aether, these are all startups. Okay. Promoting the use of EVs can have numerous benefits for environment, public. Basic चीजें हैं ये सब. EV अगर बढ़ाओगे तो ये सब तो मिलेगा ही. ठीक. Now data facts is around 1.2 million EVs were registered in India in 2023 financial year. बहुत ज्यादा है 1.2 million means around ढाई गुना यहाँ लिखा है 2.7 times that was registered in 2021-22 as per Vahan data. But we will have to increase our tenure. Only 5.6% were EVs out of total registration. ठीक है, दो 1.2 मिलियन EVs वर रजिस्टर्ड बट टोटल सेल्स में अभी भी EV सिर्फ 5% है, 5.5 मान लो, 5.6% इज द EV percentage overall. So that's why also this committee has suggested to the government that please increase the tenure of FAME to subsidy. Okay, and reasons for low adoption because higher upfront cost of EVs and EV charging stations that are only in few cities. Okay, because infrastructure has not developed. ये एक साइकिल है, जितनी ज्यादा ईवी बिकेगी उतना ज्यादा इंफ्रा डेवलप करेगा, बट इंफ्रा नहीं होगा तो ईवी नहीं बिकेगी. सो इट इज अ लाइक अ डबल एज स्वॉर्ड. सो जैसे जैसे ईवी का प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगा और द एडॉप्शन ऑफ ईवीज विल इंक्रीज, द कंपनीज न्यू कंपनीज विल अराइज that will help to produce some EV charging stations around, mostly around the highways. ठीक है, and faster EV chargings and not slow chargers. Okay, about FAME, faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicles in India scheme was launched in 2015, and again FAME 2 was launched in 2019 April. तो इसका 4 साल पूरा हो जाएगा, अब 5 year पूरा हो जाएगा in 2024. To support with a budgeted outlay of 10,000 crore for 5 years, 2,000 crore per year. Okay. Now focused areas are demand creation, technology platform, pilot project, and charging infrastructure. We lag severely behind in making charging infrastructure because our EV adoption is low. That's why charging companies are not making infrastructure, charging infrastructure, क्योंकि वो profitable नहीं रहेगा. You make charging infrastructure, people don't have EVs on the road, 1 or 2 EVs, so it's not profitable for them. So government has to support if the government wants more charging infrastructure. ठीक है, कोई भी प्राइवेट कंपनी के लिए बेसिक टारगेट, मेन टारगेट है प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजेशन. इफ प्रॉफिट विल नॉट बी देयर, the private companies will not invest. So if private companies will not invest, then there will be lesser charging infrastructure. तो government को support करना पड़ेगा. Now phase 2 incentives are applicable mainly to vehicle used for public transport or registered for commercial purposes. Okay. Now the benefits of incentive will be extended to vehicles fitted with advanced batteries like lithium ion batteries also. ठीक है, तो कमर्शियल पर्पस के लिए हमने बसेस पूरी 7,000 खरीद ली है, बट 3-wheeler adoption is still very less in India. Okay, only 15% of the 3-wheeler target we are able to achieve in FAME 2. 52% हम यूज कर पाए अपने टोटल टारगेट का फॉर FAME 2. That's why increase of tenure has been recommended, and it will be increased 6 महीने, 7 महीने, 8 महीने, 1 साल के बाद ही, बट वो इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. टोटल 10,000 करोड़ है 5 साल के लिए. ओके प्रोफेसर, डिवाइडेड बाय 5, 2,000 करोड़ कर लो. ओके, नाउ सेंटर इज एक्सपेक्टेड टू इशू रुपीज 23,764 करोड़ ग्रीन बॉन्ड्स इन 24. अभी एक्सपेक्टेड है क्योंकि 16,000 करोड़ का ग्रीन बॉन्ड इंडिया हैज लॉन्च्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ आरबीआई ऑब्वियसली. ठीक है, 16,000 करोड़ का ग्रीन बॉन्ड वी हैव ऑलरेडी इशूड, द फर्स्ट and the inaugural green bonds. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay, center is expected to issue rupees 24,000 crore worth of sovereign green bonds in the coming financial year as per the expenditure profile document. अब ये जो नंबर है ये एक्सपेक्टेड है, ये बढ़ सकता है, घट सकता है, बट 24,000 crore sovereign green bonds are there. Okay. Now, as per the plan presented in the budget, most of the green bonds will go to railways for obviously track manufacturing, more electrification, and for development of Kolkata metro lines, which comes under railways. ठीक है, और Ministry of New and Renewable Energy will get 7,507 crore for its various schemes. Okay, the four core components as outlined by ICMA is ICMA means International Capital of Market Association, where you can use your proceeds from green bonds. Okay, and also a company CICERO, that is the third party evaluator of your green bonds. तो उससे भी इंडिया को रेटिंग्स मिल चुकी है. इंडिया इज अप्रूव टू लॉन्च इट्स ग्रीन बॉन्ड्स फॉर इट्स यूसेज. तो यूसेज क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? यूज ऑफ प्रोसीड्स फॉर प्रोजेक्ट इवेल्युएशन, सिलेक्शन, management of proceeds and reporting. So these are the four core components: the use of proceeds, project evaluation, management of proceeds, and accurate reporting. So India has also adhered to the guidelines, these four guidelines. That's why India का green bond एक safe bond है, sovereign green bonds. Here is a let's say table. Just go through it, याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Maximum for railways, then for new and renewable energy, then for housing, and then for environment. Okay, so ये है total हमारा share of pie if 24,000 crore, around 24,000 crore worth of sovereign green bond is issued. Okay, now capital adequacy ratio norms enforcement for UCBs advanced to financial year 23 end. So we have read about this, क्योंकि जैसे 12% was for UCBs up to tier 2 से tier 4 तक की UCB के लिए 12% होना चाहिए CAR, एंड इसका एक ग्लाइड पाथ रहेगा 2026 तक. 50% ऑफ योर नेट ओन्ड फंड शुड बी अचीव्ड इन 2026. 2028 तक टोटल नेट ओन्ड फंड हो जाना चाहिए. 5 करोड़ फॉर 2 to 4 टियर UCBs, टियर 1 UCBs के लिए 1 करोड़. तो इसका टारगेट था, द टारगेट फॉर दिस वॉज April 1, 2023. एक दिन से कम कर दिया गया है. It has become March 31, 2023, but because most UCBs have got this, ठीक है, ये इन्होंने ये कंप्लीट कर लिया है अपना टारगेट. दैट्स वाई एक दिन से कम कर दिया गया है कि टारगेट आपको March 31 तक अचीव कर लेना था. फ्रॉम April 1 द सेकेंड टारगेट विल बी फॉर यू टू अचीव. ओके, अब ये देख लेते हैं कि टारगेट्स क्या थे. वी हैव रेड अबाउट इट अराउंड इन दिसंबर. ये दिसंबर में आया था ये न्यूज अबाउट UCB अचीविंग टारगेट्स ऑफ funds and new structure of UCBs and also the CAR limits for UCBs. Okay, in December 2022, RBI said in a circular, revised regulatory framework for urban cooperative bank net worth and capital adequacy. Just wait. Now, under the revised norm, the RBI has categorized all unit UCBs into a 4-tier structure. Up to 100 crore tier 1, tier 2 100 to 1000 crore, tier 3 1000 to 10,000 crore, and anything above 10,000 crore UCB is having these deposits. ये deposit का नंबर है, ठीक है. deposit up to 100 crore tier 1, up to 10,000 crore tier 2, up to 10,000 crore tier 3 deposit है ये. above 10,000 crore deposit tier 4. okay. Now RBI also said cooperative banks in tier 1 shall have a minimum net worth of 2 crore. tier 1 के 2 करोड़, tier 2 से 4 के, tier 2 to tier 4 have 5 crore, should have 5 crore net worth, but they will have to achieve it by 2028. If one does not have this minimum net worth of 5 crore for tier 2 to tier 4 or 2 crore for tier 1, then glide path है up to March 2028, 31st March 2028. But 50% of the target should be achieved by March 31, 2026. Okay, now as for capital adequacy ratio, the RBI said that tier 1 UCB shall maintain a minimum CR of 9% or tier 2 to tier 4 12%. Now for this also the target is up to 2026. अभी 9 जैसे UCBs of tier 2 to tier 4 जो अभी 9% पे हैं, they will have by the end of this financial year 10%, by the end of next financial year 11%, उसके बाद 2026 March तक 12%. So by 2026 March, two targets should be achieved: 12% capital adequacy ratio, and a 50% of net owned fund norms. ओके, तो 2026 तक ये अचीव करना है. Okay, now unified tariff structure for over a dozen gas pipeline to start from April 1. We have read about it, just a revision news. ठीक है, unified tariff structure for gas, one nation, one grid, one tariff. 3 part में divide हुआ ये tariff up to 300 km from the source, 300 to 1200 km from the source and more than 1200 km from the source. हर zone का एक similar fixed cost होगा. Okay, and what is the cost? So petroleum natural gas has notified a levelized united tariff of around 74 rupees per metric million British thermal unit for measuring natural gas. Okay. The new tariff is expected to benefit customers transporting fuel over longer distances and multiple pipelines. Okay, and currently customer pay additional tariffs for using multiple and interconnected pipe. ये सब खत्म हो जाएगा. You have read about it. There will be a fixed tariff for transportation in 3 zones up to 300 km. Okay, up to 300 km, 300 to 1200 km and beyond 1200 km. और इसकी unified tariff क्या है? 74, around 74 rupees per metric million British thermal units. Okay, now this last decade report. So average potential global economic growth will slump to a 3-decade low of 2.2%. Okay, 2.2% per year through 2030, ushering in a lost decade for the world's economy unless policymakers adopt ambitious initiatives to boost labor supply. Okay. Now, what is potential economic growth? Potential economic growth is a situation of full employment. ठीक है, फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट जब होता है इकोनॉमी में, और इसको नेचुरल रेट ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट भी बोलते हैं, कि एक नेचुरल रेट ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट होता है कि minimum this much unemployment is sustainable for an economy. You can't give employment to everyone, but there is a natural rate of unemployment that is sustainable for the economy. तो वो रहे या full employment का clause रहे, then it is called that economy is performing at its potential, क्योंकि जितने लोगों को जॉब चाहिए थी उन्हें मिल गई. ठीक है, full employment level is called potential economic growth. So World Bank has said it will slump to a 3-decade low of 2.2% per year by 2030. Okay, and it is called lost decade for the world's economy unless policymaker adopts ambitious initiative to boost labor supply. Labor supply क्यों? Because potential economic growth refers to employment, labor employment. तो labor supply अच्छी होगी, job growth अच्छी होगी, productivity investment अच्छा होगा, then you can achieve your potential economic growth. तो 2.2% रहेगा इस डेकेड का. डेकेड मीन्स 21 से 30. ठीक है, 10 साल का पीरियड, 2021 to 2030. So it would have profound implication for world's ability to tackle climate change and reduce poverty. Okay, but combined efforts to boost investment in sustainable sector, cut trade cost, leverage growth in services, and expand labor force participation could boost the potential GDP growth by 0.7% to 2.9%. So they have also given solution that if you improve your investment in sustainable sector, that will make up for new jobs. Cut trade cost means reduce your cost of trading, logistic cost. Leverage growth in services, and expand your labor force means more labor available for jobs, then your GDP will grow by at least 0.7% more to 2.9%. Also, this report has said that due to Russian invasion of Ukraine, it has ended nearly 3 decades of sustained economic growth. ठीक है, हर चीज को World Bank and IMF has said that due to Russian invasion of Ukraine or the war, Europe is suffering, and that's why it has ended nearly 3 decades of sustained economic growth. And every decade, we will read again. In every decade, the developing economies the developing economies are slowing down by a rate of 1% per decade. That is a cause of concern because we are still developing. We want more of our labor to get employed. We want that our manufacturing should run. So that's why this is the area of concern. We will see it. As a result, average potential growth in GDP was seen dropping to 2.2% from in 2022 to 2030, down from 2011 to 2021 2.6 था, तो 2.6 से ड्रॉप हुआ 2.2, बट उससे पहले मीन्स 2000 से 2010 तक जो पहला डेकेड था, it had a decadal growth of 3.5% of GDP, overall GDP. So 3.5% 2 decade पहले से we have come down to 2.2%. It is the cause of concern, but if certain policy measures are taken, then ये 2.2% को हम लोग बढ़ा के 2.9% तक ले जा सकते हैं, as per this report. So low investment will also slow growth in developing economies. So average GDP growth has dropped to 4% for rest of 2020s. Means 2021 से लेके 2030 तक, 21 से 2030 तक, our the developing economies will grow at 4%. They have grown at 5% from 2011 to 21 and 6% from 2000 to 2010. Okay. Now, to change the trajectory, policymakers should prioritize taming inflation, ensuring financial sector stability, reducing debt, while promoting climate-friendly investment that could add 0.3% point. Okay, lowering the cost associated with shipping logistics also could boost trade. We have read about it. मतलब पहले, just expanded view of it. Okay, expanding export of digital services could result in big productivity gains while raising labor force participation rate for women and others could raise global potential growth by as much as 0.2%. So total 0.7% बढ़ने वाला था, and these two means increasing investment in climate financing and improving the labor force participation mostly for women will increase. ये दोनों मिलके ही 0.5% आपको increase दे देंगे for the 10-year period. Okay, so potential growth from 2.2 can reach up to 2.9%. Potential growth means a case of full employment. Okay. Now, प्रोफेसर फेम का बजट आउटले इस साल के लिए, प्रोफेसर इस साल के लिए आई विल हैव टू रीचेक बट इट इज अराउंड 5000 करोड़ रुपीस. एग्जैक्ट नंबर आई डोंट रिमेम्बर बट 5000 करोड़ दिया है, डबल कर दिया है अराउंड 2600 करोड़ से जितना होना चाहिए था, बट स्टिल वी आर मीन्स हाफ द टारगेट, हैव अचीव्ड हाफ द टारगेट ओनली. और ओवरऑल 10,000 करोड़ का तो है ही, वही 10,000 करोड़ का 2500 2600 करोड़ बचा था, उसको बढ़ा के मिनिस्टर ने अराउंड 5000 और 5200 करोड़ रुपीस कुछ किया है. ओके, and Manish Mishra now it is shifted to June. Shifted to June what? Okay, so news is over for today. Just wait a minute. Questions देख लिया जाए. I will have to check Manish. But what is shifted to June? Professor, if you are listening, I think you got your answer. But check the exact numbers. It is around 5,200 crore. Okay, so that's it for today. MCQs we will do in back dates because some people have told me that same day MCQ करने से retention problem होती है. So club MCQs for 3 or 4 days and then do MCQs. So we will do MCQs on back dates so that we can revise it simultaneously. We हर 3 दिन 4 दिन पे we can. Yes, Professor, 5200 crore, 5217 crore. Okay. Okay, thank you. 5217 crore. वही 5200 crore. Okay, thank you everyone. And we will do MCQs but in back dates. ठीक है? For 3 days, 4 days, we will club it together and do the MCQs. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you like the lecture. We will meet again. And if you have any queries or any suggestions, you can reach out to me in comments or on my Telegram. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.